Hey guys, it's Alex here from Homey. And in this video, I want to talk a little bit about using a motion sensor in your smart home. And I want to give you a couple of tips on the best way you can set this up. So perhaps you know about Homey and you have a couple of smart lights set up with, for instance, a smart switch like this. This is a double switch from Aqara. Now I've created a few flows for this switch, basically to trigger my lights to turn on when I press the left side of this, and to have them turn off again when I press the right. Now actually, for a smart home, using a switch like this is a little bit old-fashioned. And I'd like to create a bit more of a seamless, hands-free experience. So let's put this aside. Let's forget about actual physical interactions with light switches. And let's have a look at creating a more seamless experience for your smart home. And of course, a motion sensor helps with this. And you can use motion sensors in various ways. So often they are sold as security devices, right? When motion is sensed, nobody's home, then have an alarm go off. Now I'd like to actually use the motion sensor to trigger my lights so that when motion is sensed in a certain room, that the lights turn on for the person that has entered that room. Now it's really easy to do if you're using Homey. We'll just create a simple flow to trigger zone activity. Now don't forget, zone activity can be used with both motion sensors and door window sensors. And I've actually set this up in my own home. And this is a flow that I use every single day as soon as I go through my hallway or open my front door to have the lights turn on. So check out this quick video that I made at home to show you this in action. So to set this up, as always, let's start with creating a flow. Let me head into the flows and create a new flow. Now for the when card, I want to head into my film studio zone and use the this zone became active card. So soon as Homey senses activity in this zone, the film studio, then I want the lights to turn on in this zone. And I can do that really easily. Heading through to my film studio, turn devices on, then selecting all lights and hitting the tick. Now, if you've properly set up your wall plugs, which I'm using for my light here and my standing light, to be lights in the what's plugged in section, then Homey will also turn those devices on as soon as this flow triggers. Now, all I need to do is save, give it a quick name. So right now, with that flow set up, the lights will turn on. We also want them to turn off after a certain amount of time when the zone is not active. And we can use a flow card for this. So let me create one more flow. For the when card, again in the film studio, I want to choose that this zone is inactive for. And here you can choose a certain amount of time. I'm going to select 5 minutes. So this flow will trigger when the zone here is inactive for 5 minutes. Let's head to the then, add a quick card, and what I want to do is turn off all the lights in the zone again. So I'll go to Home, Film Studio, turn devices off, device type, lights, and hit the check mark. And as always, save the flow and give it a quick name. Now I've got those two flows saved, and that means that as soon as this zone becomes active, my lights will turn on. So let's try this out. I'm going to wave my hand in front of the motion sensor, and you'll notice that nothing actually happens. There's a reason for that. Let's head into the Homey app, and you'll see that my motion sensor is not in my film studio zone. This means that even though it senses motion, it's not triggering zone activity for my film studio zone. So what I need to do is change the location of that device in the Homey app. Just head into it, head to settings, and change the zone to film studio. Now, without adjusting anything to those flows I created, if I now wave my hand in front of the motion sensor, the zone becomes active and the lights will turn on. And this works with motion sensors as well as door window sensors if you have them set up in those zones. So now I don't need to play with those flows. What will happen is in 5 minutes, if this zone remains inactive, the lights will turn off again.
5 minutes later.
So in the meantime, the lights have just turned off while I was creating a quick security-oriented flow. And this flow is another great useful tool for motion sensors or door window sensors, and it uses zone activity, again with Homey. And this flow, I'm going to show it here on the right, we'll take a look at if any sensor in the home is triggered, so if motion is detected or a door window sensor is activated and nobody is home, then I have a push notification sent to my phone. I have the alarm sound go off on my Sonos. This is a great little tip. If you don't know about using sounds on your Sonos, check out the video down in the description below. And I have the lights toggle on and off just to give a quick warning flash for the intruder that might be trying to enter my home. Now, let's quickly test this flow out. What I'll need to do is set myself as a way to sort of trick Homey into believing that I'm not home. So let's head into my profile here and set myself as a way. Now, I have this motion sensor set up. So if I wave my hand in front of it this time, you'll hear the alarm and you'll see the lights flashing. You'll also see a notification pop up on my phone letting me know that my home is active. A great thing to use here if you have a security camera also set up in your home is send yourself a push image as a notification. And you'll receive a snapshot of what that security camera is seeing in your home. So if the intruder has gotten into your living room or perhaps into your hallway or is in your backyard and you have a camera on that location, you'll be able to see this. Now take it one step further. You can also use the motion sensors, which are often inbuilt into your security cameras, to trigger this flow. So those are two great ways of using motion sensors combined with zone activity on Homey to start controlling a few more of those smart devices you have. And don't forget, this is not only limited to lights. You can use this for your blinds, your thermostat, for perhaps your music if you want some welcome music when you get home, to play a Spotify playlist, set up a radio station, all those kind of things based on whether a zone becomes active. So it's a completely seamless, hands-free experience of interacting with your smart home. Now I'd love for you guys to leave some of your comments down below on ways that you use zone activity. And don't forget to use the Share a Flow feature to link up that flow that you have to help other users understand how to create better flows for their smart home. Now I'll see you in the next video.